What is up, Cahir Club, and welcome back to another CahirLIVE live stream. How goes it? I hope everybody has been having a great start to their week. Hello, Bug, have a good time BRBing. And hello, Dreams as well. How goes it? How goes it? I hope your weeks have been getting off to a great start. But yeah, today, oh, I just turned my bloody monitor off again. Okay, that's fine. But okay, it's back. Yeah. Shiny hunting. We're shiny hunting today. We are shiny hunting for shiny Minccino, which of course is a weird shiny hunt because we're not gonna catch it. We don't get this Minccino. I just want to see it. Which, anyway, that aside, hunt time. I think we should probably just leap right into it. I need to turn the counter tile on, because I forgot to. But shit happens, doesn't it? Scarlet Violet's something else. Black and white. Sorry, I should have clarified. It's in black and white, because you can get the shiny Minccino only in this game. This is the only game in the franchise where, like, the Welcome to the World of Pokemon... yeah, where the Welcome to the World of Pokemon screen, can be shiny. That thing. This. That could be shiny. So I'm hunting it. You know, like a normal person. You played neither. I'd recommend them. The Black and White and Black and White 2 are very well regarded in the fanbase. You've only played Leaf Green, Fire Red, Emerald, Arceus, and Violet. Fair. Would also recommend Sun and Moon on top of that, but 3DS is harder to play legitimately. That's, yeah. Don't emulate, haha. Wouldn't catch me doing that. But yeah, the DS games... You don't have a DS. Oh, you have a Game Boy then? Or Game Boy Advance. Alright. Hi, you were here before the stream started, but the message when you said hi was deleted. Oh! Oh, again? I was surprised to not see you around. That's annoying. Well, welcome to the stream all the same, Brugger. I hope you've had a great start to your week. It's weird how inconsistent it is, because I start the stream... Like, I make the stream thing at the same time every stream. It's at about 5:30 to 5:45. In that time frame. So it's weird how it's inconsistent. Greeting Lasagna, I saw you mention in Discord. I'm personally with Kite here. I hope it's full of many layers. But yeah, I have been playing through White 2 on the channel as well at the moment, because I'm doing a Nuzlocke of it. Which has been fun. And in fact, we lost our Minccino last stream. But I think I'll talk about that more when, I think I'll talk about that, more when people who've been watching the Nuzlocke are here. Because I don't think they got to bear witness to the horrors. You have a website so you can play Leaf Green and Fire Red on computer. Fair. Generally I use apps that you can download. I mean, I don't emulate. But if you shouldn't emulate, and to help you not emulate games, I'll tell you what emulators to not use. Such as, Desmume, and, what's the other one? That's the wrong button, oh god. There's another one that I've... what's the other one called? Where is... Yeah, I got nothing. I can't remember what it's called. MGBA. Yeah, that's the one you shouldn't use. You shouldn't use MGBO. Or Desmoon. You're on the Elite 4 and Elite Green, but your team is too weak. Oh, that's irritating. I mean, there are good places. Are there good places to grind in Leaf Green, actually? I find Victory Road is always a good place to grind at the end of the game, because it's generally got some of the most evolved Pokemon. But sometimes it can be a fun challenge to just try and do it anyway, you know? You use and you quote, don't pay much attention to it. Cool Kids Club. I see why you're saying that. That is, an interesting choice of a website name. I'll give it that. It's right that you can just play that kind of thing online, though. I remember, when I was a wee lad, I loaded up the family computer with 50 trillion viruses, trying to play, Volt White, which is a ROM hack of White version to make it harder. Genuinely shredded the family computer beyond repair with the amount of viruses I managed to load up onto it as a child trying to download off of ROM sites. I've only played one ROM hack and it was Pokemon Nuclear. Nuclear or Uranium? So I've heard of Uranium, not Nuclear. Played through Uranium before, actually. Back when I was still on Twitch. Wait, is this still shuffling? No. No, it is not. I don't know, something radioactive. I know Uranium, which isn't a ROM hack, though it's a fan game. Which, they're very similar things, but they're two different things, because fan games aren't based off of pre-existing Pokemon games. They're, like, built from the ground up. Rather than ROM hacks, which, of course, adapt pre-existing things. Based on things, yeah. You're back. Welcome back, Bug. Yeah, I'm doing pretty solidly, thanks. I hope you're doing well as well. I hope your week's gotten off to a good start. What's my favorite Pokemon? Krogunk. Love that guy. What a lad, honestly. Easily top 10 little guys of all times. Hello, kitchen appliance here. Interesting. What kind of appliance? Well, welcome to the stream all the same, Melon. I hope you've been well. But yeah, what's everyone else's favorite Pokemon? I feel like we've not done that in a decent while. Maybe a solid bit. Well, Microwave. Krogunk equals luscious. I've gone too far. Krogunk equals luscious lips frog. Krogunk does not have lips. Krogunk has no lips. Krogunk lipless. I don't know what Krogunk you're looking at for it to have lips. Your day's been good? Hell yeah. Yeah, my day's been pretty solid, thanks. Luxray, Joltik, a lot of electric types. Rainer is love, Rainer is life. Of course, that's the message Rob enters with. How goes it? I hope your week's gone off to a good start. Greninja. Ah, that's a good choice. See what he does. He's beautiful. That's understandable. Alright, that's a thought, Bug. Your comment, a comment you made the other stream made for a very popular short. Don't look at the comments, just look at the view count. Ignore the don't look at the comments, just look at the view count. Just don't look at the comments. Look at the view count. Is Joltik not a good choice? Joltik is a very good choice. Joltik is small. Or Chandelure, you don't know. There's like 8 favorites. That's also fair. Until I realized how good of a goat Krogunk was, I didn't have a proper main favorite. And then I was like, oh wait. Krogunk's awesome. Well, who made a good short? You did. Well, you like... Your British people aren't real thing. You know, when I, like, hid myself? Shouldn't have explained the joke, I've ruined it. I clipped that and uploaded it to Shorts. It's Cahir isn't real. And, it did the thing where it gets into the community of YouTube Shorts viewers who hate me. Which initiated an interesting feedback loop, where they'd call me cringe, YouTube would see, oh, it got another comment, this post is getting a lot of engagement. We should promote it more. And it snowballed from there. And now I think it's on the higher end of views in terms of Shorts. Hey, views are views, they are. I'm taking these views, I'm taking them. Just... I wouldn't recommend anyone else look in that comment section, that's for certain. You'll go see it now, don't look at the comments. I think that's one of the most toxic comment sections I've had in a while, to be fair. I feel like I've, skimmed through the past, like, few months or so, with just the odd one or two, like, cringe comments. They're just mad they don't look like me. You don't know, they are. I have a pretty face, and they can't fathom that. They can't fathom how and why a man could be so beautiful. Just annoy them. Everything is falling into place for Cahir's master plan. Exactly. Although I did get my favorite comment ever. In that video. Because someone just commented, average Western male. I can't get over that. I will not get over that. That's fucking hilarious. I think that's, the best comment I've ever received. The greatest review of my channel of all time. Uh-oh. We already got to the save corruption. The response was pretty funny, though. Wait, which one? I don't think I responded to many of the comments. I tend... Like, they're looking for a fight is the thing. Like, when someone puts a nasty comment, they want to fight you. They want to argue. So it's best just to, like, leave it alone. The most I do is, like the comment. Because I think that's funny. give it a little heart from me. And that's it, just leave it be. Because no one leaves a comment like that not trying to start an argument with you. Hall the Hunter, hello, how goes it? I hope your week's gotten off to a good start. We need a Cahir shiny only Nuzlocke. Why? Because we love pain. That would be, what's it called? I could just do that in Scarlet and Violet. Scarlet, Violet, shiny only Nuzlocke. Easy mode. Nah, maybe one day. We'll see. But 5k, not bad. You should have got more subscribers from that, though. I mean, again, it went into, like, the pool of YouTube that hates my guts. That sees this I'm pretending to be an anime character online and starts frothing at the mouth with rage. So I'm not all that surprised. But the fact I got, like, a decent chunk. Not gonna complain. Your week is boring so far? Oh, that's fair. It's only the start, though, so... What hunt are you doing? I'm hunting for shiny Minccino. Basically, these are the only games in which the, Welcome to the World of Pokemon screen can have a shiny in it. And that's it. That's the only one of this type of Pokemon that could be shiny. And I think it'd be funny to get it, so I'm gonna. Scarlet and Violet is cheating for sandwiches, but to be fair, you only get sandwiches in post-game. Those aren't a main game thing. You've been hunting Arceus since the 20th of June. Ah, fair. You keeping count of encounters or just a time span? But best of luck, though. Arceus is a nice shiny, and it can be transferred to Scarlet Violet, so you can flex it off there as well. What does the shiny even look like? It's like violet, purple, magenta. One of those colors. Not sure which one. No, Minccino isn't gold. It's got gold on it, I think. I think the white parts are gold, and the rest is, like, purple. Time span is 120-something hours. Over 7,000 encounters. That is impressive. Hopefully you can get it soon, then. That is mighty over odds. Yeah, more or less. It's pink. Remember you got your first Gen 9 shiny while watching me? Oh, hell yeah. What was it? What was the shiny? You started in company. Completed the shield decks while doing it. That is, I mean, yeah, I guess that's par for the course with long haul hunts. You're gonna do, some shield hunting after you've, completed the Arceus, then. Florgs. Oh, hell yeah. Florgs is it's an interesting shiny, isn't it? I can't quite remember shiny Florgs. I feel like it's one of the ones that isn't that different. Pokemon shiny Florges. Oh, it's purple, actually. Oh, that's a nice shiny. Okay. I know Flabébé just isn't that different. Yeah, Flabébé is, like, not a different shiny. Oh, sorry, I thought you were talking about Arceus. Oh, no, yeah, I was talking about, Minccino. Yes, Lunala in Dynamax Adventures. Oh, hell yeah. Best of luck with that. Lunala's also a nice shiny. I'm not that big of a fan of Solgaleos. I don't like the very, like, bright red. It's a bit on the eyes with Solgaleo. But Lunala's a nice one. I like the Blood Moon Lunala. Please be careful, Link. Speaking of it, you bought yours up to Scarlet Violet recently. Hell yeah. I mean, I could have guessed with the amount of plates you were getting. Because at the auction, you only get the items for Pokemon you own. On Arceus, you kind of cheated the whole game. Do you care to elaborate? You were hunting for Bebe, for a run. And I had... because you had no fairies. But it was so dumb, and after 3 days you gave up and caught another normal flying, because that's all you can seem to get. Normal flying solo run. That's fair though. Its shiny isn't that good of one, but the Florges is a good one. You're expecting a week-long hunt, so you could use it in raids in Scarlet. Oh, that's fair. I remember I started a Kyurem hunt pretty close to when home... No, pretty close to when my first home subscription ran out. And it took me about another year and a half to get that Kyurem. It was a black and white 2 Kyurem, so that was like full odds, because I haven't completed the national decks in that. But, you got traded level 100 shiny Darkrai for your B-Barrel. Not a fair trade for you. Yeah, no, that... You shouldn't have let go of the B-Barrel there, dude. Can't have been cheating that much, though, because, it wouldn't have obeyed you, would it? Would have been pretty disobedient. I know, you got two in there now. One normal and one shiny. Haven't got your one from Legends out yet. Ah, that's nice. That's understandable. Yeah, I should hunt Arceus at some point. Because I do quite like Arceus. It's definitely one of my favorite mythicals. Definitely up there. But yeah, I want to do the Krogunk box first. At least. And obviously we got to finish this and the Dunsparce hunts. Whichever will be over first will be interesting to see. Who knows, maybe again in memory of a race we can get a shiny here. You hunted a white flower, Floette, and Violet. Did you get it then? Did you get the Floette? Yeah, but the one time it hit made it count. That's also fair. Though to be fair, Legends Arceus is an interesting game in the fact that all of its boss fights more rely on like actual player skill than Pokemon skill. Because of all the evasive maneuvering you have to do. Yes, White Flower Floette's the easiest to hunt now. Oh wait, how so? Is there a strat here I'm not aware of? It's the only one that spawns in Area 0. Ah, fair. Makes sense. Maybe I will do Florges at some point. I don't know. My issue with Scarlet Violet shinies is they're just not worth that much at this point. I hate to say it. They're not. It's like, yeah, I could hunt a Scarlet Violet shiny and get it within, like, 40 minutes. Or I could hunt for a Minccino that I can't catch. And spend... what? 9, 12 hours on it? It's like, which is really more worth it? However, the find one outside of Area 0 is the rarest. Do they all appear in bad places for sandwiches then? You found yours near the beach, trapped inside others. Good eyesight. Screams with excitement. Shiny Toxel, hell yeah, congrats! Toxel and Toxicity are nice shinies. I like the shade they are. I got a shiny G-Max Toxicity during one of the raid events for it, which was nice. The baby, indeed. You've only ever caught shinies in Shield without the charm. I'm not sure when... Wait, no. The last time I caught a shiny without the charm would have been, Regice, actually. I'm just a fool. But, like... I do tend to go for the charm pretty quick after I get games. Like, when a new game comes out, my, like, first port of call is generally get charm, start shiny hunting. Did that with Scarlet Violet, did that with Sword and Shield. Did that with Sun and Moon. Although it's more pressing now I'm actually streaming Pokemon only. Because, like, when BDSP and Legends came out, I was only streaming Minecraft at the time, and I was like... I streamed them on the side, but they were never going to be the main attraction, so I never bothered. But I think if Legends Arceus came out, like, when I was streaming Pokemon, I would have definitely got the charm. Oh, cat has entered building. That's what you did for Scarlet Violet. You got, like, 2 Pokemon in each game. Shiny before you got the charm. That is impressive, honestly. Especially, like... Because Sword and Shield aren't good games for shiny hunting. The only thing that's good to shiny... Okay, no. They're kind of good for shiny hunting, but, like, that's only factoring in Dynamax Adventures. Like, Wild Encounters and stuff, abysmal. Abysmal for shiny hunting. You want a shiny Riolu. Not even to evolve it, just so you can name it Puppy. To be fair, Riolu's got a nice design. I like Riolu. It's like an evolution where I like both the baby and the fully evolved. You've never gotten the charm. You don't know how. To be fair, like, the whole Pokedex isn't, like, the easiest task. Obviously, it's a lot easier to get the charm since Sun and Moon made it so you only need the base game Pokedex. But, like, that's still 400-odd Pokemon you need to get, and you need someone else with all the other version exclusives, which can be hard to get. Would recommend completing the charm, though, because it can be very useful for hunting. Litleo and Cacnea and Violet. Clorf and Cacturne and Scarlet. Oh, okay. I completely misread what you said. I thought you meant you did that in Shield. Still very cool, though. Clorf has a really nice shiny. I like Clorf's shiny. It's a nice blue. Which I guess is a nice standout from a lot of the Scarlet Violet shinies, which barely look different. It's strange the 2 shinies you got without raids are the Pokemon that you're not hunting for. Wait, what do you mean? Mr. Krabs. I mean, it's blue, so is it Mr. Krabs? Although I don't think there are any iconic blue crabs. There's that blue lobster. You know the one. The meme from a few months back. Trying to remember, like... One, like, Instagram account that gets recommended to me a lot is some lady who's just got a pet crab. And she takes it on, like, walks. And gives it little hats. And it's like, in terms of, like, pets, I wouldn't rank crab that high on, like, the list. But crabs have, like, cute little eyes. I like how they do their little eye thing. You only name your shinies if there's a perfect name. Charizard Hamilton. I get that. I like that. Toxapex Warhead. Howlucha Kool-Aid. That's fair. I don't know. I just tend to name them all because it's how I've always played. Your shiny hunts. Oh, you hunted Great Tusk on Monday. You shiny hunted a Great Tusk on Monday and got a Gibble. Then you hunted Poor Me and got a Toxel. Ah, fair. No, yeah, I always hate phasing for hunts. Again, my first 2 shiny hunts I technically phased for. I never completed them in the end either, but, like, I phased for them technically. Because the first shiny hunt I did was for a Froakie. No, it was for a Cyndaquil, sorry. The first shiny hunt I did was for a Cyndaquil, the Froakie's second. And I got a shiny Bunnelby. And then I started shiny hunting for a Froakie, and I got a Latios. Which... I guess it'd be like that. Alright. You also enable your team members in Shield in your Shield shiny only run. That's fair. I mean, yeah, especially if you're like going to be using them consistently, it's nice to have names. Because then you can remember them more. There's one Pokemon that you name the same thing all the time, and if you don't agree with me, you're using it wrong. Mankey, it's the Mankey. Okay. I don't know, do you guys... I know what Rob's answer to this is going to be, but do you guys, like, name Pokemon the same name? No matter what game they're in, if they're the same species? Or do you try to have, like, different Pokemon... different, like, names for them, because they're technically different Pokemon? I used to be more in the first camp, like, I'd always name, like, my Squirtle Squirts and stuff. But, especially since I've been live streaming Nuzlocke recently, I've gotten more fond of the idea of giving them different names, because it means they all have, like, very distinct identities, you know? I mean, like, one big one, obviously, is Magnezone, and the Magnemite line, who we've been naming different things each time. And it's like, each of them have, like, provided a different role on the team. In some ways. So, it's nice to differentiate them. Makes them feel less the same, you know? Yeah, you do. You called it twice. It's been called whatever you called it the first then, too. Oh, fair. So it's not even, like, you just name all your Squirtle, like, Squirts. You name it Squirtle 2, with Squirts 2. Your team's always different, so it changes. That's fair. Emerald Donut, hello, how goes it? I hope your week's gotten off to a good start. I don't know, I guess it's easier to have, like, repeat team members if you do Nuzlocks and stuff like me. Because Magnemite is a surprisingly common Pokemon. Like, again, I think Magnemite's been in every generation. At least once. And, like, not even counting remakes. Just in the main game. Because, like, obviously Gen 1 count. Gen 1 and Gen 2 are, like, free spaces. This is in Gen 3. It's in Platinum. It's in Black and White 2. I'm pretty sure it's in X and Y. X and Y is the one I'm not sure about. I feel like we had this conversation before. I kind of want to check, though. Pokemon Magnemite. I don't think he's an Arceus. No, he is. There's a Magnezone in the Cornet Highlands. Alright, we can just check the Pokedex here. Okay, yeah, so it's in, what was it called? Obviously, Gens 1 and 2. It's in Gen 3, because it's in the Home Pokedex. It's in Gen 4, because it's in the Sinnoh Pokedex. It's in Gen 5, because it's in Black and White 2. It's in Gen 6, because it's in the mountainous region of Kalos. It's number 69. LMAO. It's in Alola. It's in both Alolas. It's only in the Isle of Armor for Galar. But it is in the Hisui Index. So, technically, Galar's the least a Magnemite's been in a game. Because it's only in the DLC. And then, obviously, it's in Paldea. I don't get... Well, I get the love for Magnemite. Magnemite's cool, but it's surprising that it's been in... It's surprising that it's, like, been in every game, more or less. Hello, Shiny Magikarp. How goes it? I hope your week's gotten off to a good start. Gibble? Wait, what about Gibble? Like the OG Bob is now King Bob, and the second Bob is Bob Jr. Number 3 is Bob Jr. Jr. Your friends don't believe you when they when you tell them Bulbasaur is the best starter for Gen 1. They always choose Charmander. I guess it is, isn't it? Because it clears the first 2 gyms. Which is obviously very useful. Your friends are stupid. Seconded, I fucking love Bulbasaur. Just a cute little guy, you know? I'm not as big on, like, Venusaur, I'll be honest. I prefer, like... I wouldn't rank the Bulbasaur line as highly as, like, the Popplio line, for example. Because I think the Popplio line stays strong throughout. I even kind of like Brionne, even though Brionne is, like, the epitome of, like, awkward middle stage starters, but I still kind of like it. He takes out the first 3 because he resists electric. That is a good point. And then... other than that, he also takes out Giovanni. So he's even got that under his belt. Which is useful. And then Charmander is weak to the first 2 gyms. Oh, and Erica! I forgot about Erica. I mean, I'm guessing. What's Erica's team, I guess, is the question. Because if Erica has too many poison types, then it does not help with Erica. But if Erica has enough grass types, it's fine. Alright. You guys make sure you're all staying hydrated as well. Hydration do be important. Getting a good sip of water, vital. Not drinking enough water is detrimental, I heard. Is Venusaur a frog or a dino? I mean, to be fair, the whole, like, a Pokemon represents one thing is more of a later game idea. So yeah, both, more or less. Paul is correct. It's some weird cross between them. Because, like, if you look at a lot of Gen 1 Pokemon, they don't really just have, like, one reference, you know? They're generally, like, a fusion of, like, different animals, or, like, a weird distortion of the animal they might be, like, a representative of. Like, how Rhyhorn's a rhino, but, like, not quite. You gotta go do chores? Understandable! Thank you for stopping by, Dreams. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and best of luck with your chores. Trico is the best Pokemon. I don't know, Trico's never really grown on me that much. Like, I get why people like it, but personally it's never done it for me. Yeah, I don't know, like, the Gen 3 starters, my most controversial take is that I think I'd rank the Gen 3 starters near, if not at the bottom. Like, it's not that I have anything against the Gen 3 starters, it's just that I like them the least, you know? They're good designs, it's just none of them speak to me, you know? Like, generally in a generation, there'll be, like, at least one starter that'll be like, you. But Gen 3 just doesn't quite do it. You're getting pissed off today? Oh, that's not fun. What happened? What was getting under your skin? But yeah, what's everyone's favourite starter trio? Not starter specifically, starter trio. Because mine's definitely a Lola. Like, the Alola designs, I think it's one of the strongest generations, like, recent generations. Gen 7, hell yeah, Brugger. You kept losing in COD? Ah, understandable, that's not fun. Hopefully you can, hopefully I can form a sentence. That's the first hurdle. Me forming a sentence. You'll get them next time, that's what they say. But yeah, always been a big fan of Gen 7. It's weird because, like, are you sure this can be shiny? Yeah. We've only had like 1,000 encounters so far. I think the shortest full odds hunt I've had was still longer than this. You reckon 2? That's fair. 2's another one lower down for me, honestly. The same from Captain the Price's mission is mission failed, we'll get him next time. Alright, yeah, that's that, yeah, that. Mission failed, we'll get him next time. That's the one. But even then, you don't think there's a single gen that you're like, yep, they're all bangers. Ah, interesting. That's fair. I think Gen 7 is that for me, honestly. But even then, I think other gens still have all bangers for me. Like, I think Gen 5's another one, and Gen 1, honestly. Like, I don't think a single Gen 1 starter... They hit it out the park immediately. They stepped onto the playing field with Pokemon Red and Blue. Or Red and Green, technically. And dropped, like, some of the best starters. And I'd say they've topped them since, but... What's your favourite COD game? Yours is World War II? I don't really play first-person shooters, honestly. I've got really bad hand-eye coordination. I remember when it was like I can't remember which like thing it ended up being a part of. Oh right, yeah. My parents thought I had dyspraxia, but the person diagnosing me was like, no, but Cahir loves playing with Legos, because I did when I was younger. Loved Legos. Legos awesome. So he can't. He can't. But I've got another theory. So she rolled up like a piece of paper, handed it to me and said, Cahir, look out to sea. Pick it up with my right hand, hold it to my left eye. So I'm left eye dominant, but right-handed. And then things clicked in place for my mother as well, because she was the exact same. Just like abysmal, like, tennis and stuff. Because just the hand-eye coordination is not there. Not there at all. We're going to play some now. Understandable, I hope you have fun. But yeah, I don't know, I always find that story funny. But, yeah, I never really got into first-person shooters because I just cannot play them. You have to wait 15 minutes for an update. Oh, I hate that. Like, games being able to update now is, like, a good thing, because it means they can patch out issues, they can, like, add free content or paid content, and stuff like that. But, like, the fact that sometimes you can just want to sit down to play a game, and it'll be like, no, you've got to wait an hour. Like, especially when often people might not have, like, the time to fully wait for that, you know? Like, there are some people who, like, I do. So it's only a minor thorn in my side. I'm not gonna act like this directly affects me. But, like, some people don't have the time to wait for a game to update. But I guess it's like a consequence. I found out something interesting recently, though. And that's that video game loading bars are deliberately, like, botched. They have the technology to make a video game bar load smoothly. From 0% to 100%, load smoothly the whole time, and go up, like, at a consistent speed. But they found that people are more satisfied when it stutters. Because they feel like the game's trying harder to load. Which I find a really interesting piece of psychology. Like, there must be, like, there is a lot of psychology that goes behind designing a game. But it was one of the things that I never really would have expected to be a thing. Like, surely being able to, like, see exactly how much progress is being made would be, like, a valuable thing. But no, apparently people are more satisfied with, like, a longer loading time if it's stuttering instead of just being consistent, because it's as if it's trying harder to load. Even though, obviously, it's not. And in fact, some games can load quicker, can load areas quicker, but they add, like, a loading screen. They make it take a bit of time to load to make players feel more psychologically sound in going into something, because they're like, okay, it's loaded the new thing. Which, again, is work. But again, I guess that's, but part of the package of making games is using its knowledge of psychology. All the way into just how, like, levels are designed. Like, that was one of the more interesting things I, like, properly twigged on, like, a game design course, is, like, a good game will always show you how to do something in, like, a gentle way before, like, giving you more extreme ways of, like, mechanics. Like, the start to Super Mario is exactly that, where you have a Goomba and you have a question mark block. The question mark block is one of the most interesting things on screen, and the Goomba is approaching you. You will learn pretty quickly that running into the Goomba kills you. You will learn a little bit slower, but still as quickly, that jumping on said Goomba kills it. And you will additionally learn that slamming into a question mark block gives you a thing that makes Mario taller. Which is clearly a good thing. But honestly, you can see that even more in, like, Breath of the Wild. We'll see it more. Because, like, I'd say Mario's a pretty subtle way. You wouldn't expect that to, like, be the case. Like, it's not glaringly obvious that that first bit of Mario is fundamentally a tutorial. Just a wordless one. But, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are, like, a lot more... have, like, a lot more of a visible, like, learning curve. As, they try to present you new ideas. I think it was, like... how many stages? Like, I found, especially in Tears of the Kingdom, shrines would be, like, 3-ish stages. Where there'd be the starting stage, which is easy. You pretty quickly figure out what to do, and you pass it. Stage 2 is a more, like, intermediate idea that the shrine's presenting you with, but you can use all your knowledge that you've made, like, on the first one to, like, be put into this one. And then the third and final stage generally asks a little bit more of you, where it might expect you to use prior knowledge or context clues around you to figure out what's going on. Like the shrine with the boats, with like the trampolines. Like shows you how the trampolines work, gives you a bit of a puzzle with the trampolines, and then the final bit is like the switch behind like a locked off area that you then need to like trigger to actually get to the end. Anyway, Cahir rants about game design over. I just think it's neat. Do love a good bit of game design. Always interesting stuff. I'm gonna take a drink quickly. I've been watching Witcher recently, season 3. Only on episode 3, to be clear. I will not be spoiling anything. But I feel like I need to rewatch season 2 of shows more often before I... No, not season 2 specifically. I need to rewatch, like, the prior season of shows more often before I watch a new season of them. Because I'm always piecing together what the fuck went on last time throughout the whole season, you know? I'm like, oh yeah, I think that happened, which is why that's like that now. Like, my brain has completely forgotten half of the events that happened in, like, the prior season. And I'm just like, why is that character like that again? How did they end up in this position? I do not remember. I'm not like the kind of person who, like, asks constantly, like, who's he? What did she do? Why is he like that? I just kind of sit there in silence thinking, this guy was a knight before. When did he fall from grace like that? Anyway, speaking of The Witcher, it's weird that there's a guy called Cahir in it. Like, there is one single piece of media I found with someone else with the name Cahir, and it's that. It's The Witcher. And he's like a pretty prominent character in it. I think I'd seen Witcher Season 1 when I named Cahir. When I named came up with my channel name. But like, what was it called? I completely forgot that he was... No, I didn't forget he was named that. I probably just didn't fucking know. Because I never remember anyone's names in TV shows. Like, I think I started consistently getting Ciri's name towards the end of The Witcher Season 2. I was like, oh, it's Ciri, isn't it? Like, especially when they're very, like, high-strung fantasy names. Like Tony Stark, Steve Rogers, Peter Parker. Remember those easily. But when it's like Geralt, he's the only example I can give because I could not name any other character in The Witcher other than like Geralt, Ciri, Yennefer, Cahir. I can't even name the bard. What's the bard called? I should know the bard's name. Like, I've got the echo of his name in my head. But I can't remember it, you know? Like, it's on the tip of my tongue. But it's just not there. It's like a blank space. It's like mumbles. And, like, I don't know if this is just a me thing, either. Like, I don't know if it's just, like, I can't remember people's names. But, like... Yeah, I wonder how consistent it is. Is this just a skill issue? Or does everybody suffer from the fact that fantasy names just are too confusing? Tolkien was on, like, a pretty good track, to be fair. Because, like, his names are a few very memorable syllables, you know? Like, Bilbo, Frodo, Samwise. Merry and Pippin are just, like, easy things to remember. Legolas. You know? And his name's got Lego in it, so that's really memorable. Tolkien knows how to name a fantasy character. That's pretty normal, I think, especially when it's those kind of names, yeah. You don't really do names. You give most things nicknames, and that's how you do it. That's understandable. I just sit there thinking, I should know this character's name, but I do not. I do not know this person's name. And then I'm additionally thinking, what happened to them last season again? Like, there's a character they've introduced, maybe. There's a character in The Witcher Season 3 who's, like, a very main character, pivotal to the plot. And I know he's been introduced this season. But his brother, who's, like, his brother, I feel like I should know who his brother is. I feel like I should be a lot more aware of who this guy's brother is. Because he's, like, a king. You know? I feel like at some point I should have been made aware that this guy... who this guy is and why he's here. But I just do not remember. I guess if you're more familiar with lore around a certain thing, it'd be more memorable. It's just kind of repetition. That's fair. For example, you played the games or read the Witcher books? I have not done either. I've got the first Witcher book, but I'm just so bad at reading these days. I used to be like the kind of kid who could get through a book in a week. But now, no. Now I can, like, barely get through a chapter without being like, nah, I'm bored. This cannot, no. Sometimes you binge watch a series and, like, 8 episodes in, you suddenly think, wait, what's the main character's name? Main character called? But usually good with names. That's fair. I feel like that's, like, an issue with binge watching as well, though. Like, you're expected to consume a piece of media... Well, you're not expected to consume a piece of media. But you now have the ability to consume a piece of media within, like, a single sitting, if you're feeling ballsy. So, like, the whole show will basically merge into, like, one movie in your head. And it's just easy to lose details like character names and stuff throughout it. But the thing with The Witcher is I, like, space it out, you know? I don't watch The Witcher in one sitting because I watch it with my dad, who doesn't like watching things in one sitting. Well, no, he does, but, like, he's also very aware of the flaws of binge watching and would rather we pace out series. Like, sometimes we'll, like, watch a few episodes in a row, but that'll be because, like, it's like the semi-final and the final, or a clear two-parter that ends on a cliffhanger, you know? But, like, overall, we'll, like, do a good job at pacing ourselves. You know this, so you're only exposed to the series, which I'm betting you've only watched it once. That's a long period of time to retain that information. That's also fair. But I feel like I've not watched, say, like... Although then again, I was gonna say I feel like I've not watched Lord of the Rings that many times, maybe like twice at most. But I feel like Lord of the Rings is stuck in the public consciousness a lot more, which means more people talk about Lord of the Rings, which means it's easier to remember names. But also I just think Tolkien's good at naming. Like, the names aren't long or winding, especially for the main characters. They're short, simple, and memorable. And I think if you're writing something, if you're trying to make a story, that's the best kind of character name you can give them, because they'll remember it. The audience will remember it, you know? Like, I feel like Gerald is a good name, because I think it fits that. Like, I know I used it as an example earlier, but I don't believe in it as an example. I think it's a genuinely, like, good main character name. It also kind of sounds like Gerald. So... So you were helping your dad renovate a house. And somehow you got styrofoam in your hair. Snack for later. Simple. I'm not sure if you can hear the buzzings of my phone. But I think I'm getting more comments on the Cahir's and Real short. So that'll be fun to look at later. That'll be an exciting read. I wonder if there are going to be any actual, like, soul reaches in an attempt to insult me, or if it's going to be, like, the generic, ew, weird, cringe, or, you know. Alright. I'm going to take a drink quickly. You guys make sure you're all staying hydrated as well. Like, my issue with hate comments isn't the comments themselves. Because, like, I don't know, I never really find myself getting that, like, personally jaded by them or anything. It's just more like, these people leaving these comments, I bet they haven't showed anyone in their life that they, like, wanna... I bet they haven't shown anyone they love in their life that they care about them, like, any time recently, you know? Like, I bet they haven't, like, turned to their friends at any point and been like, hey, you're a really great friend, and I'm glad I've got you around. I know they haven't said, like, I love you to their parents, even if they're, like, actually good parents. They're just, like, on YouTube Shorts. Has stream died? I think I'm still connected. Oh, it's you? Okay, cool. But yeah, they're just, like, on YouTube Shorts, spreading negativity, you know? Like... It just kind of saddens me to think, like, wow. These guys are sitting here doing this. Just filling their lives with, like, malice. Instead of doing anything better with it. Like, just irks me. But I guess that's, like, the thing with the internet, is it's, like, become a good place for arguing. If you can have that. It's so easy to, like, be nasty on the internet without any repercussions. But I guess it's getting me more subscribers, so who am I to complain? Hey, up top. But yeah, mission for all you, like, normal people. You guys should, like, comment on, like, videos and stuff more. I'm not saying, like, mine, to be clear. This isn't, like, a shill to get more positivity on mine. Just, like, in general. Like, if you see, like, a video you like and stuff, comment it. Tell them it. Or if even, like, someone you're friends with tells, like, a funny joke. Just like, that was really funny, dude. You know? Hit it home with more than just a laugh. That's my thoughts. It's just been, like, worrying around my head recently because, like, obviously the video has such a comment section that whether or not the comments might have affected me doesn't matter. It's just the sheer volume of them, and it's made me think, like, wow. It's funny, though, I'm not sure if it's only on YouTube Shorts because YouTube Shorts is the only platform I've seen success on, or if it's just YouTube Shorts is a really toxic platform, you know? Like, I know, like, TikTok can be, like, a bad place, but you're hungry, but it is too much to work up to get... Too much work to get up and get your Subway from the counter. Is there no one you can call to get it? No one in the vicinity who you can demand pick it up for you and take it over. No, the dogs you're babysitting would eat it if you bring it up to their attention. That is fair. Then my alternate request is make sure to give all the dogs little pats on the head from me. They deserve it, I'm sure. Alright, yeah, another thing I've been thinking about recently is, like, there are these scams going around where... someone will, like, call your parents or grandparents, and they'll use, like, an AI rendition of your voice to be like, hey, I'm in prison, can you send money to bail me out, you know? Which is, like, obviously, like, really, really shitty behavior. Of, like, scams, I think that's a new low. But I can't get over the image of my mind of, like, someone getting one of these calls when they're with this person. Like, imagine being, like, a grandparent and getting a call from your grandson all panicked, like, Grandma, I'm in jail, can you bail me out? And just looking slowly over to the sofa, just, like... your grandson on the sofa, just sitting there, like, watching TV, and he looks over to you and is like, what's wrong, Grandma? But he's on the other end of the phone. So who's on the sofa? Anyway, I'm kind of hoping that one day my dad gets one of those calls while I'm around, so I can be like, give me the phone. And then I can try to set up sex with this AI voice. I wanna fuck the AI. I wanna fuck my clone. I wanna fuck the clone they've made of me to do this scam. That's what I'm. That's what I. That when it gets down to it, that's what I want. Well done. People on YouTube are mean just because they can be. It gives them a weird sense of power, even though they're just making themselves look dumb. And your dad would never, because he knows you have no life. Oh no. But yeah, no, I get why it's done. Like, why people are mean. It just... It just sours me to know, like, these people probably don't, like, let themselves have any positivity in that way because they think it's cringe, you know? It's okay, because I love you and your content. Oh, thank you. That's really kind. That's the kind of comment that I'm gonna focus on. If I had like a sunglasses thing, I could like go like blocking out the haters. But I can't. I can't block out the haters. I have to look at the haters in the eye. Woe is me. Draw them on. Wait. This is a fucking detour, but I kind of want to do it now. I kind of want to do this now. Alright, let's go like 70? Yeah. Yeah. No wait, this needs to this canvas needs to be a bit bigger. Width to like 1,000? No! I made it smaller. I think I made the width 100 instead of 1,000. So like good on me for that. How smart. Also, when you drink your avatar has a little aneurysm, it's so funny. It does. You're missing the good old days before I had like proper good old iPhone tracking. Because what's it called? Sometimes when I drunk, I used to get really small for some reason. Like, my model would just shrink. And I don't really know why it happened, but it did. Okay, no, that's what I need. Not what I need is this. Oh, I just realized you can see all this. I completely forgot. I completely forgot that you can see that part. Wait, give me a moment. I got this. I'm gonna do it privately. Okay, so there are actually, like, sunglasses in this that I could just add, but, I'm not going to do that, because I don't want to. Because I just spent time drawing these sunglasses, so you bet your ass that I'm going to... Where are they? I did save them to documents, right? A, B, C, D, F, G... Oh, okay. I think they're just entirely dark, because... There. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I think... Whoa! Hi, guys. I'm blocking out the haters. Cannot see the haters anymore. I can't see anything, but I also can't see the haters. Oh, so sexy. Is These are great glasses, you know. I could stare at the sun for hours with these on. I think the music stopped. It did. I could stare at the sun for hours with these on. You don't even understand. These bad boys. Brilliant. Brilliant at protecting your eyes from the sun. You sure if someone says harder, Daddy, you'll leave? I hope no one says that. Perfect for night time. Yeah, also perfect for daytime. Perfect for all year round. Because you can't see through them. We'll say it for money. You're not getting any money. Not to say that. Not here. Not here. I like how they wobble. Well, at least you're protected. I am. Well, at least UV protected. Exactly. All of my Vs are safe and sound. I could, like, stare right into a flashlight right now, and it'd be fine. Ah, what was, like, the... Wait, is that, like, a thing, or is that just a thing at my school? So I remember... people being, like, blocking out the haters, but... I'm not sure if that was just a... Whoa. They're falling off. Whoop. Oh, it's because it's attached to my hair. The glasses aren't attached to my face, they're attached to, like, that little bit of hair that comes down over my... over my nose. You'll love to see it. I guess you don't love to see it, actually, because I can't see anything. Let's be honest here. Seeing is not what I'm doing right now. Sight, not an ability I have at this moment. Swag? Now that's an ability I have. Well, at least they'd be attached. I think this would hurt, actually. I've had things caught in my hair before. I vividly remember... just one time in secondary school, I managed to just get a bunch of blue tack stuck in my hair, like an idiot, because I kept on fiddling with blue tack that I found, making a slowly bigger and bigger bit of blue tack, molded it until it was, like, really squishy because of the warmth of my hand, and then I managed to stick it to my hair, and it was just stuck there. And I had to, like, excuse myself from class and be like, hey, yeah, no, I gotta unstick blue tack from my hair. Be right back. Not my finest moment, I'll be honest. Cahir, the caller Cahir. Exactly, yeah, I'm... That's precisely it. A kid stuck plasticine in your ear. But that is not fun at all. That must have been very annoying to get out. Like, ears are a hard thing to get, like, earwax out of, you know? And that's, like, meant to be in there. I keep on looking over at myself with these fucking shitty... I should have made them a PNG. And then they could have just had, like, a white border around them. I guess it's a... I wish I'd made it badly, so that I just had, a massive white border around the glasses, just making them worse, you know? Like, that would have been an amazing bit, but I fumbled it. I fumbled the bag. Guys, I'm sorry. I failed you. Well, now I'm just... Now I'm... I don't deserve these anymore. Let's face it. Oh! I think I glued them by accident. Oh. They're stuck on the side of the screen now. This isn't ideal. I think I can just... There we go. I can see again. Now I can read all your comments instead of guessing what you've been saying. Which is, of course, what I've been doing. Naturally, I've just been, guessing what you've all been saying recently. I hope I've been correct. You're in a bald spot for 8 months. Thanks a lot, Barry. Put them in your hand for later. Oh, they're gone now. They've been eviscerated. That's probably a good idea. I maybe should have kept them on the screen, but I didn't do that, so... Although then again, the JPEG version would have just been a lot funnier. Alright. Almost at 1,300, which is pretty hype. It's nice to have like a nice fast upticking counter alongside the one that is so slow, that being the dunce fast one. Nice dichotomy. It's like one of those words I've been using a lot recently. I don't know why, but I just go through phases of using like random words. You guess I'll get it at 1,628. Is that like... That feels like an important number. Like, is it a number that means something more than just a guess? But I'm not sure. But yeah, obviously, Bug, if you're not correct, you will be banned. It's good to do that. Expand your brain and your vocabulary, while just clinging to random words sometimes. Oh, damn, yeah. Also shot. Yeah, we take bets very seriously here on the CahirLIVE channel. It's just how it is, you know? You know, we do the same if someone tries to name a Pokemon after themselves in a Nuzlocke. Like, that person is now, like, bound to their Pokemon's life, and if the Pokemon dies, they die as well. It's just nice to have stakes, you know? Makes it more interesting. Alright. Would you purposely kill a Pokemon if said person in the comments annoys you? I never really thought of it like that, but maybe I will. Maybe one day that will happen. Weren't you a wishy-washy at some point? No. Let's not make a mistake here. That was Rob Codridge. that was Rob Codridge, not Rob Coldridge. Just so we're clear. So that wasn't you. I feel like Bug is scheming. Gonna try have me name a Pokemon after a viewer who they know is gonna annoy me to get them killed. You would never. All right, yeah, I forgot. Sorry. We did name a Mudsail after Finicky, so I think it was fair. That's true, wait. But that... You know, I'm not sure if I've seen Finicky in chat since that Mudsdale died. Right. I'm gonna go to the toilet quickly. I'll be right back, but do make sure to stay tuned, because once I am back, we will be continuing on with the hunt. Is that the right one? Yeah. And we're back. Piss GG indeed. You won't say anything, you'll destroy the bit. Indeed, thank you, thank you. Missy's been funny recently because she's found a new place to sleep. Missy has been a weird one with, like, places to sleep in general, honestly. Because, while there are the normal ones of my bed and the pillow on my bed, she tends to not, like, sleep in normal places, you know? Like, she used to really like sleeping on my school bag, and, like, any bag I use for, like, going on trips and stuff, the moment I put it on the floor, she's sleeping on it. That's her bed now. You got to go, it's 11:17 PM, so goodbye, good luck. Understandable, Brew Grey. Hope you have a great rest of your day. But yeah, so yeah, on bags is a big one. But recently she has taken to a corner of a hallway. Sleep GG indeed. I didn't even see the Pokemon, I just reset. I looked at Juniper's face, looked her in the eyes and went, no. But yeah, like, there's nothing in this corner of the hallway, to be clear. It's carpeted, and that's about it. It's right next to the toilet. But she just likes to nestle in this corner of the hallway. To the point where there's now, like, a little bit of, like, a mark on the floor from how much she's been sleeping there. It's just funny. I don't know why she does it, but good for her, I guess. If she's happy, I think I might be happy. Although I did try to clean up one of the corners in my room in hopes that she might migrate. She has not. I guess that's on me for trying to preempt cat behavior, though. Like, I feel like that's, you know, a general flaw in any plan, is to try and predict feline behavior. Like, I remember, when she first started sleeping on my bag, I was like, surely she'd like something comfier. So I moved the bag out the way and bought up, one of the cat beds. Because we do have a couple of cat beds around. And, she didn't like it. I can't remember where she started, I think she lied down, like, next to it. Like, directly next to the bed, but not in the bed. Next to the bed. She did not care to be in the bed. No. Just next to it. But yeah, it's just kind of cats, you know? You can spend as much money on... Your mistake was cleaning the corner. They like the most chaotic places. While true, there was just like a bunch of... It's where I have my shoes, more or less. And she has never slept on the shoes before. I don't think there would ever be a point where she sleeps on the shoes. But just in general, preempting cat behavior. Like, you can spend as much money on you as you want on, like, a thing a cat might like. But there's, like, a solid chance that instead of liking that, they'll like the box it came in instead. Well, maybe because they choose places solely based on an instinct. A corner has good viability. That is true. That is true. What's it called? Good defense. Because you can see, like, through most sides. Or it would be if there wasn't a doorway, an open doorway right next to the corner, which could be walked through at any second. By my dad specifically. She's not that big of a fan of my dad. But she's not that big of a fan of anyone. That's like her thing. Except for me, to be clear. She likes me. Everyone else, no. She might come over and say hello if you're lucky. I should probably stop drinking so much because we only have we still have like an hour left of stream, and I've drunk about 2/3 of my drink, which is, oh wait, no, that's actually on track. Especially since I started late. You find it best. The least interested you are in them, the most curious they are. More or less. But I think it's also important to consider... What's it called? Okay. Let me backtrack to form a full sentence. If you're meeting someone's cat... If you're meeting someone's cat for the first time, if you go to someone's house and they have a cat, the best way to befriend the cat is to let the cat come to you. Let the cat befriend you, don't try to befriend the cat. Obviously, the cat might just leave you alone, but that's because it's a cat. They do what they want. But what was it called? If you've got kittens, the best way to befriend them is to play with them a lot. Play with the kittens a lot. Make sure their areas that they sleep often smell like you. And just, interact with them a lot. And then they'll be more likely to befriend you. I'm not sure if that works with rescue cats to any degree. Because obviously it's a rescue cat. But I feel like playing with it would help. If it's interested in that kind of stuff. Obviously. Alright. Alright, yeah, Pokemon Sleep is scheduled to be coming out pretty soon, it looks like. They've got, beta testers. Yeah, they've opened the doors for beta testers, so, you can apply to beta test the game. Obviously, I don't think I'll be streaming it, because I'd be streaming myself... Maybe. I don't know, I know that... I don't know how I sleep yet. Because I've heard from some sources that I sometimes do talk in my sleep, but I don't know how much that's true and how much I do that. If I'm a chronic sleep talker, I do not want to stream myself sleeping. That sounds like an abysmal idea. Honestly, if I ever did like a 24-hour stream like that, I'd probably do something like what Jaden Animations did, where she did like a Twitch Plays Pokemon segment. Well, not a Twitch Plays Pokemon, because it was on YouTube, but she let chat like play through Pokemon games and stuff while she was sleeping, which I think is a smart way of doing it, because like the biggest issue with like a 24-hour live stream is a solid 8 hours of that should be spent with you asleep. Also, what if you have shit to do? Like, that's, like, my issue with, like, a subathon, is, like... It's a commitment of time. But who knows? Maybe... I'd have to get partnered first, actually. Let's not jump any guns here. Yeah, you tend to do the God hand technique. Like, you know, the painting where God leaves his hand while someone's reaching up. Leave your hand hanging with your index finger out. That's smart. Tempting the cat, but not telling the cat. Also very egotistical, which I enjoy. I mean, Rob backwards is God, so... Can't chat for long, it's your birthday today! Hell yeah, happy birthday, Rabbit Dory. I hope your day's been going well then. Hope you've been having a good birthday. Tis very nice. Very hype. Who doesn't love a good birthday? Maybe your birthday luck will rub off and this will be the shiny. No. Why is congrats the thing we say to, like, people whose birthday it is? I mean, I guess congratulations for making it through another year. Yeah, no, I guess that is a thing to congratulate, actually. Never mind. I rescind previous statements. We should congratulate people when it's their birthday. And thanks for adding ever more to your increasing God complex. No problem, dude, anytime. Do call me when you start that call. I'm down to join. Do love a good cult. Who doesn't love a good bit of cult activities? do love good bit of cult activities. Let's face it. You know? Like, I wish I could join the cult without the cult aspects. Just with, like, the love bombing and fun activities and ritual suicide at the end. Just like those bits. Not like the toxic bits. So, like, a friend group. What's your friend group, Felix? Today we have learnt more about Felix through one single sentence than is normal. Friend group with extra steps. Friend group where you all live alone in the woods off the grid. You will gladly start a cult. That's fair. Do hit me up if you ever do. Well, yes, that's fair, actually. I guess I can't slate that. Ah, shit. I completely clicked on the wrong thing. You were in a cult when you were younger, too. It was called theatre. Oh, no. You have trauma, but you loved every second of it. Oh, no. Dreadful. Yeah, I think that'd be a noble goal. Start a new cult. But like a better cult than theatre. Leave the cult that you're part of to make a new cult, but a better cult. You know? One up the old cult. You know, like when like a movie producer, not a movie, when like a higher up in like a big movie company splits off and makes their own movie company. Like that, but with cults. I bet that's happened. I'm like shitting, but like I bet I could have chosen better words there. But like I bet that's happened. I bet that is an occurrence. Mr. Llama was the OG. Oh no. I feel like the OG here has a different meaning than most. Yeah, you got indoctrinated into that too. They made you attend 3-hour sessions every week for being in a background. Oh my god. Joy. Quagsire the second, Quagsire. Indeed. Agreed. Definitely. 150% on your side on that one. I hope you've been well as well. Are we sharing theatre trauma? This one's gonna get good. Okay, so I wouldn't go into too much detail, to be clear. Let's set a decently joyful time. Just to be clear. You're Joseph in the Nativity play in year 2. Do I want your autograph? Yes. I'm trying to remember if I've ever been like a big part in it. I don't think I've ever been. I think the most I've been is like in the back choir. In secondary school, I was never really that interested in joining any... What was it called? Plays and stuff. I don't know, it just never really interested me to put so much time into something that I'd probably play like Bush 3 in, you know? Like, I had a friend who was in a play, and like, he spent so much of his time rehearsing, and I'm pretty sure he was like a pig in one of the first scenes, and that was it. That was his role in it. And like, he spent a lot of his time rehearsing for this play. And he was like a pig in the background of one of the scenes. I just remembered one of the funnier things I did, like, in secondary school. Like, genuinely one of the funniest things I did. So in year 7, yeah, there was, like, this big, like, event near the end of the year, where basically, like, we practiced, like, I can't remember exactly what it was, but, like, I think we practiced with musical instruments and, like, singing and stuff to, like, do, like, a small segment of, like, a longer musical thing. But basically, it was going to be, like, set into, like, tutor groups. Each tutor group does, like, a different song. And one of my, like, close friends was doing, like, a big part of one of these. And I wanted to see it. But what I didn't want to do is be in it. So I went home, got changed, and then we went to it. And I just watched the rest of my tutor group perform a song while I was in the audience. And a bunch of them noticed and were like, what the fuck? Why is Cahir there? Why isn't he up here? Apparently the music teacher was kind of angry with me, but she never said anything to my face. But... okay. That's a bug story. You're one of the original members. So you're fully in the belief that the director could do no wrong. When he would say, we're replaceable. We would panic. And all your friends were in theatre. So if the director didn't like you, you would die. Also, when you made him mad, you stay until midnight after school for days. Midnight? Midnight? What the fuck? That's despicable. That's gross. How old were you when this was happening? I mean, I guess the age doesn't matter, because, like, always round, that's ridiculous. What the fuck? You literally do not remember this. Maybe you escaped too. You weren't, like, we weren't, like, forced to be part of it, to be clear. Like, it was basically like a, you can go home if you want, but we'd recommend you do this type beat, you know? So I think a lot of people did end up going home and not joining it, but I just found it funny because I went to watch it. I decided, no, I do not want a part of this, but I want to support my friend because she's cool and she's going to shred it on the violin. And she did. She did. But I was not part of it. The parents were mad, but you couldn't leave because the whole friend group was in theatre. Maybe like 13, you're in middle school. That is... yeah, that's gross. Sorry, there's a leaf in my blanket, and I entirely sidetracked myself pulling it out of the blanket. Like, just entirely. It's like a really small leaf. Is that even a leaf? It looks like it might be a seed pod or something. Anyway. The kid shaved his head for a part. There was nothing we weren't supposed to do for a part. Bloody hell. Yeah, I can see why you're describing it as a cult now. So, another funny story about my relationship with music making. Yeah, another look back at my days of music making. I didn't like music, to be clear. Music, not my thing. Never was my thing. Music was easily, like, one of my least favorite subjects. Never did well in music at all. Shit baffled me. There were so many random signs and shit that you were meant to remember. Never remembered them. My first ever detention was from music class. Because a kid was bullying me, and I said, like, one thing back to him, and he immediately went running to the teacher. That guy had, like, no backbone. You can tell exactly where I was in the pecking order of the class by that story. So that's a bit telling, but anyway. But yeah, in year 9, we were given a choice for some reason, where we were told that there were, like, 4 arts classes. arts, obviously, drama, music, but then one that we hadn't done up until that point, one that wasn't like a thing, dance. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll do dance. So, that's how I was the only, like, guy, the only boy in, like, 3 of my classes for year 10, no, just year 9, actually. But, like, we went to, like, multiple dance, like, things, like, in the theatre. Like, it wasn't just, like, one, like, dance in the theatre that we saw. We, like, got to go to multiple. And I don't think any of the other classes got to do that, so I was winning. And then in year 6, when you did Joseph's Technicolor Dreamcoat or whatever's, didn't even have a part. Just sat backstage with like 2 other people. I had to stay anyway. Oh, that's mean. You're full from grace. I'm trying to remember if I ended up putting anything on in secondary school. There was like a, I'm gonna skip this song because it's so loud. I need to remove it from the playlist. They made us do dance in PE. You had a breakdown. They permanently removed you from that lesson. We did dance in PE? I don't remember that at all. I just remember when we actually had to do dance as like a full-on lesson in year 9. Well, we didn't have to, but I did, because I didn't want to do music. But yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure if I ever did do it. I remember, we did, like, a final, like, send-off thing in year 6, where we, like, sung a few songs and did a bit of a performance. But, like, I don't think I ever, like, properly partook in a play. I don't think that ever occurred. At the least I wasn't, like, such a main part in any that, like, it comes to mind. But I definitely didn't do any of, like, the big school plays. My primary school... Okay, no. Let me rephrase this. So my first primary school I was at until about year 5 when it went into special measures, so I stopped going there. Then, for the rest of year 5 and year 6, I went to a different primary school, obvious. Didn't need to clarify that, but you get what I mean. But basically, it was weird because it was like an almost Christian school. Like, we went to church and stuff occasionally. Like, sometimes we went into the church where, like, the priest would say random shit about God to us. And we, like, had songs. We, like, sung songs like you'd sing hymns in, like, a Christian school. But they weren't, like, Christian songs. It was, like, fucking Wonderwall. We learned Wonderwall. That was one of the songs we sung in primary school at assemblies, was Wonderwall. Before that, I went to a Christian school, to be clear, so that's why I know what it was like to sing hymns. But, like, I don't know if that's, like, a common primary school thing to do, to, like, kind of keep the kids active by making them sing. Like, maybe I'm just, like, off the ball, and that was, like, a deliberate act, and is, like, in most primary schools. I just remember the part where we sung fucking Wonderwall. Yeah, we did one of those. You were the Prince and Cinderella. Oh, that's fun. You remember in music, we did a few different instruments, and one was the clarinet. You thought it was just awful, but months later you realized it was broken the whole time. Oh no, that is hell. Yeah, no, I just wasn't good at music. AO3 is down. Oh no, that's not fun. Is it like scheduled maintenance, or is it unannounced? Dude. It's working for Bug? But it's because of cyber attacks. Who's fucking cyber attacking AO3? Who's taking time out of their day to cyber attack AO3? You're like, damn, I'm so bad at this. What? And at the end of the year, the teacher was like, wait. And when we realized it had been broken since... they gave it to you. So you're not actually that bad. That is fair. Imagine if you'd got given, like, a working one. Maybe you'd be, like, a world-famous clarinetist right now. You should sue your music teacher. We had to do that in secondary school, where we had to do a bit of church. The teacher saw it, so, like, none of us were singing during it. We got told we'd go to detention, so cue malicious compliance we did. In, like, a football chant. I love that! That's great. This weird anti-gay organization. They're cyber-attacking access a lot of LGBT content and stuff. The homophobes, man. Yeah. Although... No, there's no although. Yeah, it's AO3, like... I'm sorry, dude, I guess you'll just have to use fanfiction.net. I guess you'll just have to use Wattpad. Bro, you could be Squidward, but alas, exactly. Kind of a boring instrument anyway, I can't lie. Alright, yeah. So, when I was in 6th form for 1 year, before failing, I started a horrible thing in my computer science class, where every time, like, the teacher would, like, the lecturer would, like, start the lesson, he'd be like, alright, hello everybody, and we'd be like, good afternoon, Mr... then his name. Like, we wouldn't use his last name, but it was like in assemblies, like, did you guys ever do that in assemblies, where you'd be like, good afternoon, Mrs. Headmaster, in, like, that weird monotone voice, but we just did that as, like, a computer science class of 16, 17-year-olds. And every time he'd just kind of, like, die inside a little bit visibly, he'd just sigh and be like, great. What a wonderful start to another wonderful lesson. And I'm pretty sure I started it. I also remember once in that class he was like, any questions? And I decided to ask him which would you rather fight, 100 horse-sized ducks or 1 duck-sized horse. But I was laughing so hard the entire fucking time, I couldn't get the question out. I found myself so funny that I was just fucking pissing myself laughing, trying to ask this stupid joke that wasn't even that funny. No, man, that's just some cult stuff. Yeah, more or less. That's just a universal experience of British primary school. It is, but it's not a universal experience of British 6th forms. And that's why it was funny. You stop doing that once you reach secondary school. You do not continue it. to torment your computer science professors. That's not what you do. Cult stuff is the best stuff. I'm glad we can agree on something. I don't know why I phrased it like that. That was like a really aggressive way of saying that. I apologize, Bug. You should come to an American primary school. I think you would enjoy it. Alright, yeah, don't you get to sing, like, the American national anthem? At least often. Wait, how much did we sing our national anthem? Now that I think about it, maybe I'm slating, but maybe we did that more than I thought we did. I don't remember doing it, but... Or get shot. That was just the fruit so low hanging that it's like an apple rotting on the ground next to the tree. I'm gonna be real. You thought about that pledging allegiance thing was a joke until recently. I can't remember the exact context it was given to me in, but I never thought it was a joke, so I guess it was given to me quite candidly. National anthem, never. The Pledge of Allegiance every day. Ah, fair. Still pledging allegiance, though. All you remember is the cult experience of reciting the Lord's Prayer every morning. Yeah. Yeah, no, I remember a bit of that from my days in the Christian primary school. I also remember the one time the headmaster came in with her arm in a sling and got a bunch of students to, like, help her out, pick things up, move things for her, get her tea, whatnot, whatnot, whatnot. She stepped up onto stage for the assembly for the day, took off the fucking sling and revealed her arm was fine! And she just got a bunch of people to do stuff for her, and was like, look how kind people are! You know, I mentioned that school went into special measures? She's why. She was the reason. Oh, I just turned off my monitor again. Genius. Bro, she trolled you hard. She did quite. She did quite. You throw a chair at her. It's funny. It's funny to look back on. But it's fucking so nasty. It's not... It's a funny thing. But it's not a good thing. Cannot stress enough to not do that to children. It's a hilarious story to tell. Oh, shit. Alright. I think she was the reason I stopped going to church as well. Not her directly, but she was very buddy-buddy with the vicar. And I think that led to a falling out between my parents and the vicar because of it. So that's why I'm not a Christian. It's probably not the only reason, let's face it. We used to have students cover the office phones while employees had lunch, which you're not sure is responsible? That does not sound responsible, no. No, that doesn't sound responsible. When last we found out our teacher and our Spanish teacher were getting it on, oh! I don't know, I remember two teachers In fact, I think it was more than 2 teachers who ended up marrying each other. I remember my history teacher and DT teacher, design technologies like woodwork and stuff, were married, and in fact had a kid. I feel like if I go to British schools, I'll be bullied hardcore. Well, I can speak from experience. I was, so... But, like, that's how it be. I swear, like, school bullies have, like, a built-in autism detector. Like, they'll know you're autistic before your parents do. It's like a talent. They should get, like, primary school kids, primary school bullies in for, like, autism exams. Because they'll just be able to, like, look at the kid and be like, yeah. In British school, everyone gets bullied, exactly. In, like, a closet or something. Oh, that... Oh, blood... Oh, oh, no. Yeah, on school premises? I mean, it must be. Otherwise, why would they be doing that? Why are you bullied? You seem social enough to, not be seen as weird. You see, the thing there is, I'm 22 now. I'm an adult. I've got to, have the life experience to become a functional person. Mildly functional person. I can function. And if you're not diagnosed, you don't have anything. What? I've gone too far again. You remember the drug dogs? Yeah. I do. I always wanted to pet them, but obviously not allowed. Alright. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Bow, bow, bow. Drug dogs are great. The one drug dogs are great. The one was named Dakota. That came once a week for the gym locker room. Aww. Yeah, drug dogs are nice. It's a shame they're being used for such malicious purposes. It's funny because I'm using a smaller bottle, it doesn't cover my face whenever I drink, which means that my model actually reacts. Because I used to have that big bottle until it started filling with gunk because it was so badly designed. Used for malicious purposes? Do you do drugs? Not yet. Yeah, Felix, and there was one kid in our class almost done for indecent exposure in a photography darkroom to another girl in class. Oh no. But somehow they swept it under the rug. Bloody hell. My school did not have that many controversies. That is impressive. I don't think it did, anyway. Maybe it did. I might just be ignorant. I'm not entirely, like, unoblivious now. Like, I can be pretty oblivious still at points. But, like... I was oblivious enough back then to possibly miss scandals. I do not remember any. Maybe Stuart does. Well, that's nothing. The bomb threats you got in the 2 years of high school you went to were outrageous. Bloody hell. That is not good at all. You're not aware of anything happening at school? But, like, you don't remember that much. Well, at least we're in the same boat. It's normal. I don't think that sounds that normal. Like, if it is normal in the sense it happens commonly, that's not... Ah, what the hell? Not a thing that should be normal, at the least. Yeah, no, I don't really remember anything. Scandalous. The only thing I remember is this, on the last day of year 11, there was generally, like, a massive celebration that went around, with all, like, the year 11s, and they'd, like, all dress up in, like, their own clothes. Often costumes, as well. Like, they often, like, dressed up in, like, costumes and stuff. And came in and, like, celebrated the fact that they were, like, done with school and stuff. But it ended a couple of years... Like, they stopped letting us do it a couple of years before. Because one of the Year 11 groups brought fucking stink bombs in, and they were throwing stink bombs into the classrooms. Like, normally there was, like, confetti and shit around, but this time they just brought stink bombs in. So, like, we were no longer allowed to, like, have a big celebration at the end of the year. And I can't even remember if we were allowed to come in our own clothes. Which, just kind of... a bit bumming, really, you know? Yeah, they took away the theme park trip, too. I completely didn't realize that bit, or forgotten about it, I guess. That's despicable. Yeah, this was just water guns. Yeah, that's like a nice calm one. I remember it was whack, because like, some years, you knew the year 11s were leaving, because you'd wake up and it would sound like there was a fucking roller coaster up the street. As they like all walked to school, and like were like cheering as they went along. It was absolutely wild. But yeah, then it was over, because a bunch of kids decided they wanted to take it too far. Guess that's par for the course with these things, though. Surprising it took so long. Trying to remember if there was anything else. Not I can remember. Right. Brain. Brain, no brain. School trips are fun, though. I love the good school trip. Although, who doesn't? Seagull going to the dining hall once? That was fun. Dude, there were so many seagulls at our secondary school. I don't know if you guys had, like, a similar, like, thing. But seagulls knew there would be a bunch of food around after the lunch break. So they would all just descend on the school, and there were like 100 of the buggers around. It was absolutely insane. Like, you'd look outside after, like, lunch break, and there were just seagulls all, like, everywhere. You have a theory that each school is either a seagull school or a pigeon school. Well, I guess that's probably most tellable with Felix and Rob, who are also British. So, what's your guys' takes on that, huh? What about Magpie School? You have magpies? You have magpie issues? How many were there, and what does that mean? Because, like, 1 for sorrow, 2 for joy. What's 115? What is 115, what does 115 magpies mean? Wait, what did I ask what you're eating? Not quite. I was talking about how, seagulls plagued our secondary school and always descended on it after lunch. But you can tell us what you're eating all the same. Everybody, feel free to drop meal plans. I had those little pasta pouch things with tomato sauce, which was nice. I do love a good thing of those like pasta pouches with a nice serving of tomato sauce covering them. You know, it's just nice stuff in it. All the schools you worked in were pigeon schools. Interesting. All I remember is they always used to get into the sports hall. The magpies. Okay, I remember now. You got up for the subway literally just like 5 minutes ago. Oh, nice. What? My brother in Christ. You made the sandwich, so what did you put in it? Not that many birds for you. Interesting. I mean, yeah, it might have just been like an us thing. Might have just been our secondary school thing. Although Stuart is saying the pigeons. Were there, like, as many pigeons as seagulls in the places you went? Meatball and American cheese. It was like the meal of the day, so it was cheap. Ah, interesting. More pigeon than seagull. Though we didn't have any seagulls in that area. Yeah, I don't know why there were so many seagulls in that area. I feel like they were exclusively there for the school. Because, like, obviously a bunch of, like, 11 to 16-year-olds aren't exactly the best at cleaning up after themselves. So I bet there was a lot of food to eat around. They're not as many, but they're primary schools. Come to think of it, there was one crow school. Our area's got a bunch of crows around, and I don't know why. There are a bunch of crows, and then there are just a couple of kites around sometimes. Speaking of, I'm not sure if you guys have noticed, but I want to stress enough how big an event this is. Kite has finally changed his profile picture on Discord. I have known that man for 5 years, and he has been Canon Digital Rebel XT whatever for that whole time. Half a decade. And he's finally changed it to something else. I cannot stress how big of an event this is for the world. Like, absolutely wild. Alright. Is the music gonna start again or what? It keeps on trying to stop looping it. What the hell? What's he going by now? He's now very sick dog. A very sick dog. Be prepared if you're clicking on his profile. We should join a Discord chat and play Mario Kart Party. Lacking human interaction. I mean, honestly, it's like 10 PM. After this, I'm probably gonna just vibe. I tend to not. But if anyone is down to play Mario Party with you, do not be afraid to hop into ABC. But yeah, no, it is late here. I am British boy. We were on a school trip to Wales in Year 7, and you didn't enjoy it then, but looking back, there was a lot of memories. Yeah. I don't know, those trips are always interesting ones that, like, you don't enjoy at the time, but, like, you look back on fondly. We also did a Wales trip in Year 7, you hated it, oh no. I do not remember going on the Wales trip, I guess I did not. Almost everyone in this chat is British. Yeah, I've noticed that. I don't know how I've managed this, but, like, a lot of, like, my consistent regulars are British, and then a decent, like, portion of the rest are, like, European, you know? It is an interesting event. You don't own Mario Party? I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I don't either. I thought you had, like, a plan. More than, like... Yeah. I thought you had, like, a strat here. It's, like, a game I'd like at some point, but... For now, it's not, like, high up on my list, and also I'm broke. You've gotten, like, Monopoly for Wii. I keep on getting those Monopoly Go-Ads, and I don't know what that game is, but let me tell you, I don't want to download a fucking Monopoly app. That's right, I mean, usually, but you never really ever own Mario Party. I mean, no, I didn't mean it like that. I meant I thought Bug had a strat. I thought Bug had, like, a strat for us all to play Mario Party. I thought, like, yeah. But yeah, I don't know if there's, like, some way to, like, emulate download play or something. Well, not download play, but, like, emulate Wi-Fi connection so you can play with people across the world or some shit, but I just want to play with people. All your friends have summer classes. Ah, fair. That is not fun. That is not fun at all. Not even descended from British. Your family came from Spain. You truly are alone in this chat, unfortunately, Bug. We are all from across the pond, as many say. And it do be like 10:15. But yeah, like, I realized that kind of came out in, like, a really nasty way, actually. I didn't mean it like that, to be clear. It is not fun. I do not... Hopefully you can hang out with people soon. Hopefully I'm willing the stars into alignment, manifesting it. Like, you and your friends will put in the same group, got put in the same group by teachers, at random. We didn't even have to sleep in the main dorm. It was quite lucky, actually. Oh, that is fun. But you'll not be returning anytime soon, nonetheless. Also understandable. The one thing I remember is at my, like, first primary school, like, the Christian one, in Year 5 we went on this, like, trip to, what was it called? Like, one of those, like, activity parks. And in Year 6 we were meant to go to the Isle of Wight. But I moved in Year 5 after I'd gone to the activity park. And then I went to a second activity park in Year 6 at my second primary school. So I just got to double dip on activity parks. But I didn't get to go to the Isle of Wight, so I'm not sure how I feel about that. PGL? One of them. Yeah, one of them was. The other one was not PGL. It was like bowls or something. But, yeah. It was fun though. What was it called? I managed to hurt myself quad biking, and that was like the only time I properly injured myself there. I also remember, like, at one point, we were like allowed in this like area where we could buy snacks and stuff. And I bought like a pack of like white chocolate Maltesers, and we were told specifically to not finish off all the snacks. We were given specific orders to not finish off all the snacks. And I did. I finished the whole bag of white chocolate Maltesers in one thing. I don't even know how I did it. Because I was like 10. Just hoovered them up. Never went to that in year 6 because you were injured, so we watched Hunger Games movies at school instead. That is, what's it called? That is my brain breaking, actually. I mean, I hope you enjoyed Hunger Games. I'm surprised you were still made to go to school instead of just, like, hanging out at home. Or do they, like, have... Maybe they have, like, a quota or something that you have to fill. Right. Do they have anything like that in America, Bug? Like, activity parks? Where, you kind of, like, go to this, place for, like, a week. Where you've got, like, quad biking, archery, zip lines, and other activities TM. I think only half of each class went, so there was, so there was enough left over. Ah, fair. I don't remember much from those trips. You had a panic episode on one of those giant wooden swings, though. That's fair. Those were scary, dude. Like, I never... I don't think I ever went on a zip wire. The issue was one of the fucking zip wires, yeah? Wasn't just like a regular one that took you from A to B. Like, just halfway down the fucking line it stopped. And made you, like, then you had to climb down the rope to get to the bottom. Like, it was a fucked up zip wire. I did not want to do it. I do not blame myself. And it was funny because one year I was fine abseiling, but the next I was not. And I don't know why that happened, but it did. We do, but that's for rich people. You were poor. Oh. Oh. I mean, yeah, I don't remember how much it costs with, here in the UK, but I remember it being just, like, a pretty general thing. You weren't scared of the swing. There was something about the hardness that just made you panic. That's understandable. Unless the school got a grant from the government. Unless the school got a grant, but the government doesn't fund schools. What? Really? You're poor, the school paid for it. Hmm. Yeah, I was thinking something like that was, went on with those. I mean, they do, but the school doesn't even get enough to buy supplies. The teachers buy everything. I'm not sure how the situation is in the UK with that, but... Our science department couldn't afford paper, but they had separate funding for it. Wait, really? Huh. Never knew that. Did not know the goss. Although I guess... I'll just use his online handle. Curly's mother was in the science department. Part of the science department. So, is that where you got that hot goss from? Yeah, funding isn't great for schools anywhere, which isn't good. We went to a school that had money for high school, because you wanted to do cool things and go places, but then the world shut down. Yeah, that's fair. That's painful. You know, I ended up missing out on... It was just the last year for me. Like, 2020 hit on my last year of a BTEC course, which meant that, like, my entrance into the adult world, because I decided not to go to uni, was just, like, a piece of paper, more or less, that gave me my grades. And that was it. That was it over. No celebration, no party, no fanfare. It's like, okay. Now go get a job. Which... COVID be fucked up. Gonna be honest. It's interesting the impact it's had on the world, though. Like, seeing, like, how things have changed after it. I'd finished school before it hit, but your experience wasn't much different, not gonna lie. Yeah, it's like a weird... It's a weird time of life to end up in that position, I think. An annoying time of life, too. You're kind of lucky that the years you missed were just in-between ones. Like, I'm not... It still must have been hard to, like, do learning online. Because, like, I bet you missed a bunch of shit as well. In, like, the points where they were planning on bringing stuff back and couldn't just do remote learning. But... it's, like, a not nice situation for everybody, innit? Like, especially if you were immunocompromised, like, learning is the issue. Because I had a friend who was, and, like, he was basically, like, on a metronome going back and forth between, like, remote learning. Because, obviously, like, when it kept peaking, even though everyone else was in school, he couldn't be. Which just sounds such a, like, dumb situation. You pretty much didn't attend school for your last year anyway. Ah. Didn't do real exams, but like 6 weeks of minor exams instead. Whoa, that sounds horrible, honestly. I don't know, but I just hate exams. Exams are my least favorite thing ever. One thing I'm very grateful about with being out of school, no more exams. I never have to look a test in the eyes again. Except my driving test, actually, never mind. One day, I will be on the road, and it will be your problem. It'll be all of your problems. Well, I guess it would be Bug's problem. Because... American. Have I revised for the blood test? Oh shit, I knew I was missing something! Wait, no, that reminds me, I need to revise for the prostate exam as well. I gotta get a good grade on that, or Dad'll kill me. You Miss Lang, you generally want to go back to school, but money, and also you've hardly left the house in 4 years. Is there, like, any kind of online thing that you could do? For, like, cheaper? Because I know there are, like, online courses and shit that you can take as an adult, but I don't know how much they might be. Exams are a pretty shitty way of grading things, though. Cram all this stuff into your brain or you'll fail. Exactly. Like, honestly, my biggest thing of, like, look how kind of shit and twisted exams are as, like, a thing. I did food technology GCSE. I got a C overall. I got A's and A stars across the board in practicals. I got an E on the exam. I was good at food tech, but I was not good at, like, memorizing a bunch of random bullshit information. Well, maybe I just wasn't that good at that side of thing anyway, but shush. But yeah, like... You want to redo your A-levels, but online doesn't work. Can't focus. Ah, fair. That's not great. Bullshit information is your forte. I love bullshit information. Which I guess is exactly what my latest shorts have been, huh? Boom, brought the conversation back around to shorts. It's a circle now. But yeah. School whack. That's the TDLR, I think. It's funny talking about school online, because I'm aware if I, like, make one wrong move, I might accidentally dox myself. As I give a little bit too much information, it's a little bit too specific, and you can zoom in. You know where I am. Hope not. Something that pissed you off is you got a C for tennis practical in a practical test in A level. You did one tournament sim as a tennis coach. Huh? Were you, like, having an off day or what? Editing the Cahir wiki after every word you speak, by the way. I wonder if I am on any of them Vtuber wikis yet. Probably not. Who knows? Maybe one day. That'll be when I can claim to fame. When I can point at a Wikipedia page and be like, look, it's me. Oh. When I'm on famous birthdays. When CahirLIVE appears on famous birthdays, June 18th, ranked 10,001st. That'll be when I made it. That's dumb. Tennis starts with a T, not a C. True, actually. So true. Now, you won all your matches. One guiding coach said your stance for your back. I need to turn a bit more. So you won the next point facing backwards. Dude, that's what you gotta see, because you fucking taunted them. Which you still didn't deserve, but I wonder if that maybe played into it. That's funny though, I love that. Power move and a fucking half. I can't remember what I got in PE for GCSE, but I hated it. Did not like PE. Wow, who would have guessed the VTuber who plays Pokemon on stream really hates physical education? Who would have... I bet none of you guys would have, like, predicted that. I bet all you guys would have thought PE is my favorite subject. Especially after the hand-eye coordination information. Honestly, I ended up liking PE BTech more than, like, anything before that, because there was so much less practical. For some reason, they had us doing a bunch of theory, for whatever reason. And, like, the theory, I was fine now. Loved going over the theory, you know? Well, I didn't love going over the theory. I was kind of indifferent on going over the theory. But going over the theory was a million times better than actually having to do exercise. Yes, talk to me for hours about leg muscles. Do not make me use them. Don't do that. That part, unnecessary. Alright. You like some sports like hockey and badminton. They're so bad at others it cancelled out. I was good at no sports. Dad always likes to tell one story where he was watching cricket on the TV, and apparently I walked into the room and was like, "Hi Dad, how's the rugby going?" Which I guess kind of sets up my entire relationship in life with sports. Hopefully I set his expectations early there. Alright. I'm going to do 2 more encounters, then I'm going to end off, I think. Get to a good 1,440, you know? Which is 10 times 144, which is, of course, what I'm streaming in. 144p. Maybe it was over? So if the joke was wasted. I'm sure someone finds that funny, Rob. Don't worry. I feel like it's a sports reference, but it's the wrong. I am the wrong audience for it. But maybe there are people in chat who do understand. I hope there are. But yeah, I think for now I'm gonna end it there. So round in cricket isn't over. Oh. Funny. Good joke. You did it. Sorry, your audience is not... the audience is not one you need. But yeah, I hope you all have had a great time. I certainly have. This has been a fun one. This has been a really fun one. And I do hope to see you all on Wednesday for more of the Pokemon White 2 Nuzlocke. We'll be heading up to Opelousas City. I do not know if we'll be fighting Drayden, because it's going to be quite a long way. But yeah, I hope you all had a great time. I certainly have. And I will see you all on Wednesday. Have a great week. Goodbye and good night.